I know what I'm going to do today. So recently I've been watching a lot of dev vlogs and I've seen a lot of desktop pets. I haven't seen a desktop pet for a fish, which was a tutorial about how to make your own. So I've decided that I wanted to make my own. So I'm also going into this without any plan or any clue about where to begin, even though I did watch the tutorial, but I still have no idea how to do this. So let's go. With the assets, I'm going to be using assets from itch.io for the pets and for the hearts, because there's going to be a petting animation. Originally, I was thinking I wanted a pet duck or a goose, but then I kept scrolling upon so many different frogs, so I thought, let's do a frog. Scrolling for way too long and we found even more cute pets, or animals I should say. So instead of making one pet, I'm going to make a selector. I create this desktop pet in Godot. After doing my research, there's a few project settings I can do. So I'm going to make it so it's always on top. I'm going to turn off resizing, make it transparent and borderless, but the borderless I'm going to turn off later once I figure out the drag options. Also, because it's pixel art, I need to turn on the textured filter to nearest. Quick note, this isn't a tutorial about how to create one. This is just me as a beginner creating my own desktop pet for the first time. So there's a lot of errors and buggy code and nonsense. Thank you. Out of the way, I need to import the frog asset and then set up the animations that I'm going to use. All of them. I know I'm going to be petting the pet, and I want to move the pet randomly around the screen, and I want to be able to drag it. So I need to set those nodes up as well. Here is that the pet, in this case frog, walks around your desktop, but it randomly walks around, which means there are at least two cases, idle and walking. I'm going to be using a case method, which allows me to add more cases later on once the basics is working. Basics being walking and idle. Any clamping, but the issue is that it leaves the screen and then doesn't come back. So I'm going to add clamps, some very basic clamps, but the issue with my clamps is the bottom one doesn't really work too well, but I can't be bothered fixing it, so it works for what it needs to do. I was going to show you how I did the other cases, but I ended up doing that earlier because I had a few issues and I didn't know how to solve them, and I thought it was a case thing. The point is to be able to drag the frog or the pet around the screen, so whenever it's in your way you're able to move it around without the bar that's currently above it. So you want to be able to move the direct pet from its position. To do this, I did follow a part of the tutorial, the fishbowl tutorial, to get this working. It was very simple. I knew I wanted to be able to pet the pet, and it gives a heart effect to do that. So for me to be able to do that, I need to create the effect and do the mouse input. So I watched a tutorial about Godot mouse input, which was very easy and helped me understand how to implement it. For the heart of it, I wanted the heart to float up slowly, then fade out. This was very easy to do, as I've done this before with a different game project that I've made. Because there's a menu for the selector of the pet, and the pet is going to be talking to you randomly, I need to find two fonts. One for the text of the pet and the other for the title. I'm going to be using Google Fonts to find the font that I want, and I'm able to put a sample text to see how it looks. I've chosen Indie Flower and Flavor as my two fonts. Indie Flower is for the text and Flavor is for the the title. No idea is that the pet randomly says a quote, can be funny, kind, whatever. The point is it motivates you while you work on your desktop. To do this, I've got a script full of quotes and a new state that says that a random chance of what happenings, and it picks a random quote from that list. For the quotes, I'm just going to get AI to generate them for me and ask a few friends if they have any quotes that they want to share. For the main menu, I want to have a title, 2 drop downs, and a start menu. The drop downs, one will be the color and one will be the pet selection. Each pet will have the pet that it is and the color it is, and if the pet has only one color, then it will only have that one color choice. Having it set this way allows me to add more pets later in the game with the same categories. The button will take you to the selected scene rather than creating a new scene, having the child added. This is just easier, I found, to do. I want it to look pretty. Okay, with all that done, I just need to make it an actual selector and add a few other pets. So here's a short time lapse of me creating maybe 3 other different pets, but I did make more than just 3. So that was my journey with creating my own desk pet. It was so much fun to create. If you want to get into game development, I think this is a great way to start. As I learnt so many new skills and so many new things about Godot in general throughout this process. I don't think I would have otherwise. I wouldn't have known about the transparent background thing if I didn't have done this. It was really fun. I highly recommend you trying it out. Well, anyway, that's it for now. Go and have a good lunch.